It's the beginning of the year, and we're all about goals, resolutions, and doing things different or better than we did last year so that we can truly build the business of our dreams. Set your goals for your social media marketing now. If you plan it, you can predict it. I know that sounds funny considering the surprises that 2020 handed us, but if you have clearly defined goals, then you can make the tactical changes as needed when that road gets bumpy. So today I'm going to show you how to set your social media goals so you stay on track and have the results you want by the end of the year. Hi there, my name is Stephanie Lahart and I teach business owners, entrepreneurs, and content creators how to turn online conversations into real-world customers. Before we get started, I want to invite you to join my online community by subscribing to my channel and hitting the notification bell so you'll know when my next video goes live. And if you want to make your social media work for you instead of just creating more work for you, download my Social Media Strategy Planner. This will help you get a jump start on your social media strategy and save you tons of time. The link is right below. Okay, let's get started. I've divided the goal process into 4 parts. Now for each part, you're going to want to write an action plan, and the more detailed you can be, the better. You are much more likely to achieve your goals when you write them down. In fact, studies have revealed that you're 42% more likely to achieve your goals if you write them down on a regular basis. This has to do with how our brains work. When you write things down, you're activating both parts of your brain, the imaginative right hemisphere and the logic-based left hemisphere. So to start, you're going to need to define your audience. I just did a social media consultation call with a new client, and he has a service-based business. He has a pretty good idea about creating an offer and sales funnels and all of that, but he was running into the #1 problem of entrepreneurs, and that's trying to be all things to all people. He really didn't have an idea of who he wanted to talk to. He just had a list of service ideas and things that he could possibly help people with. So your goal here is, who do you serve? What is their problem or your pain point that you're trying to solve? Now for me, I help business owners and entrepreneurs that don't have a lot of time or money maximize their social media to grow their audience and increase sales. Think about it for your business. Who is it that you could most serve? And who do you want to serve? Honestly, who do you want to work with? Who is your audience? Because once you have your audience, you'll know how to speak to them. And by starting to speak to them, you'll start to learn more what their pain points actually are. Because remember, when you're defining your audience, you have to get a really clear idea about what they need. It can't just be, well, I just have this and I'm just going to push it out there. Because that could seem exciting at first, but then you might run into, well, nobody wants to buy it, and nobody wants that. Next, you're going to want to choose your platform. Now, there's lots of platforms out there. There's Facebook, there's Twitter, there's Instagram, there's Pinterest, there's Snapchat, there's TikTok, there's LinkedIn. But you don't have to be on all of them. You just really have to be consistent on one of them or 2 of them. Now, if you have a small team, focus your activity on 1 or 2 to start. Build them out, get them strong. Make the community grow. Once you have that platform going, it'll actually help you to more define your audience and understand the content that you can create that's really going to speak to them and actually give them value. Because remember, you have to make sure that what you are putting out there is something that people are going to value. Otherwise, they're never ever going to even watch it, listen to it, or read it. Next, we're going to create that content strategy. Social media content is not an afterthought. It's the main course. So what kind of content do you need to create that's going to deliver your message? And do you have the resources to do it? Oh, some content is easier to create than others. So what kind of resources, honestly, do you have? Because there's various content formats you're going to need to look at. There could be videos, infographics, stories, reels, blogs, posts, but they all take time and they all take a different amount of time. So within your wheelhouse, what kind of resources can you allocate to that? What do you enjoy doing? Who on your staff could do something? Who could you outsource to? Because remember, you need to create value content. And if the content takes a lot to create, it might be the sticking point that you do or do not do it on a consistent basis. And non-consistency will kill you. Okay, for last, you got to monitor those results. Once you have at least 30 days of data, it's time to review. What is your average for engagement, response, click-through rates, shares, comments? I mean, is your audience responding to your post? Is your message clear, or do you need to rework that content? Because remember, the point of being on social media is to build your audience, by providing value to them, by giving them something that's really going to resonate with them within their life or their business. So you need to look at what you've done and see if anybody's even listening to it. Are they responding to it? Are you getting leads from it? Monitor what you're doing. Otherwise, you could spend 6 months doing a whole lot of work for nothing. Okay, if you have questions about social media or your specific business, please leave them in the comments. Your question might be on someone else's mind, so ask away. And I want to invite you to join my online community by subscribing to my channel and hitting the notification bell so you'll know when my next video goes live. Now, if you want to make your social media work for you, instead of just creating more work for you, download my social media strategy planner. This will help you get a jump start on your social media strategy and save you tons of time. And I'll see you in the next video.